right,
Cool.
Are you rolling?
Recording, yeah.
Okay. There's no need. There's no need for that.
There's a need.
There's no need. Hey Zach.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
I think I need your help. I need your help again. I know that I come to you all the time and I say, Zach, I need your help, and you have to fix up my situations and my problems for me. But I really I'm in a bind, and I could definitely use some help here.
Okay, yeah, let's hear it. Let's go.
Okay.
Boom.
Well, so the other day I was in the sandwich shop, the local sandwich shop.
Sure.
And some guy came up to me and he was like, "Hey, really quickly, I need you to help me out. I'm in a bind," which is ironic because I'm asking you to help me out.
Because now you're in a bind. Yeah.
We're all bound up.
Who'd have thought?
So I know, right? So he asked me. He's like, I'm in a bind, and I'm like, all right, man. Well, what's your problem? I'm still waiting for my my Philadelphia cheese steak to be made. So
okay. Good choice.
Yeah, So I'm like it has
that.
a couple minutes, so I might as well hear this guy out. I might as well help him out. He's in a bind. I've been in binds before. We've all been bound.
Yes. Absolutely.
Some people bind. Some people like to be bound, but that's another conversation.
Going full Always Sunny.
Yes, always. So he comes to me and he's like, I have to give a speech, in 20 hours. He was very specific about it being in 20 hours.
Yeah, the man sounds like he was in a bind.
He was in a 20-hour bind. So he said, I have to give a speech in 20 hours. And he goes, I don't know what to talk about. And so I said, all right, I'll help you out. So I immediately came home, got on Skype, called you up, and said, Zach, I'm in a bind. This guy's got a speech in 20 hours, and I need you to tell him what to talk about.
Okay, now here's the thing that I'm curious about. What's our hour mark at now? How long did it take you to get home?
It took me about an hour to get home. So we have 19 hours
about
approximately.
19 hours.
19 hours
So we are in a
approximately.
19-hour bind to come up with a speech. Okay, so let's break it down here. Is it gonna be at a college?
It's gonna be. Hold on. Let me. Oh, the guy. He's texting me right now. Hold on.
Okay. What's his name? I want to know this guy.
Well, I don't have his. I didn't get his name.
That's fair. If the guy's giving a speech,
I'll,
you don't want to.
I'll ask him. Okay.
Will that throw him off though? I don't want to throw him off his game.
You're right. I won't ask him yet. I won't ask him yet. We'll figure it out. But he says it's at. He says, the time zone is actually in a different place. He's got to catch a flight. So the 19 hour. We have about 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
45
so we're
minutes.
In a 45-minute bind.
45-minute bind. It went down pretty quick.
So
he said it's going to be at a convention.
I don't know where he's traveling.
I know. It's a very strange, probably Atlantis, but it's going to be at a convention for. I see.
The suspense is killing me. What?
Recovering vegans.
Recovering vegans. Okay, so here's my thought. My first thing with that is, people that are deciding to leap off of the vegan bandwagon, right?
We call them vegans.
I'm not saying that it's just a bandwagon. I'm just saying if that is the wagon that they are choosing to band with, then they would need to leap off of it to be a recovering vegan. That's all I'm saying. So, but here's my thought. Here's my thought though.
Tell me.
If we're trying to get these people, I'm assuming they want to eat meat again. That's probably the reason, right? That
yes.
Or there's probably a slim percentage that just want to kill animals.
But
to play devil's advocate, you can do that vegan or not.
Arguably, you wouldn't if you were a vegan, but I see what you're saying.
Arguably, but you know what? It could be a dietary restriction, in which case they should not be in the Recovering Vegans program. But here's my point, though. So maybe he gives a speech on it's like a 13 Reasons Why, but it's like the vegan version.
I don't know if him going up on stage at a recovering vegan convention, giving guilt tripping a bunch of people into why they shouldn't be vegans is
wait.
Gonna work,
so it's that type of thing. Like they want to stay vegans. Okay, that changes it drastically.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying they're recovering vegans. He gave the 13 Reasons Why, which was
I have not seen that show. If we're cards on the table here, I thought it was a good title. I know what it's about, but like I don't know. I kind of know what it's about.
It's about passive aggressive dead teenagers, but we'll get into that.
Passive aggressive dead teenagers. The new soup from Campbell's.
Vegan
I'm
only.
so tired. What? I'm so tired.
It's the best time to record these. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very, very excited to be presenting an interview here for the.
Hello.
It's
Is it on?
Steven, just hold on
Yes.
one second, Steven.
Oh, so sorry.
It's okay, Steven. It's okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so glad to be presenting this one of a kind exclusive interview. Can someone get Steven a glass of water? Can we get Steven a glass of water?
I'm fine. I got one.
Okay, thank you. All right. Right now we have with us Steven Stevenson Stevens the fourth.
It's a unique name. It's a unique name.
He's a unique name for a unique man. Now, see, ladies and gentlemen, this man, he has been sculpting squirrels out of mucus his entire life. And
I'm sorry. I didn't realize you would. I thought you were done with your.
That's
Go
okay,
ahead.
Steven. No. You know what? Let's just break into it because I'm very interested.
Most people aren't, but which is, yeah, it was honestly surprising that you brought me onto the show, knowing that I only, if you look at my Instagram, I'm only at about 15 followers. 3 of them are my mom with different accounts.
Oh, that's. I'm sorry to hear that. I think your work is inspired. I think it needs to be seen by lots more people.
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness.
Excuse me.
As you mentioned before, I do sculpt squirrels out of mostly mucus.
Mostly
mucus. Yeah, it does require a little bit of a hardening agent. It requires sort of.
What do you use as a hardening agent there, Steven?
Yeah, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Sometimes I use shavings from my IKEA furniture. Sometimes there's a horse that lives out back. I'll just shave his hooves. The horse likes it. The owner likes it, and it's.
Why would the horse like it?
And it's really just everybody benefits from it.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, but the mucus, oddly enough, this is something that I don't get to talk about too much, which is why I'm so glad to be on the show.
Well, we're glad to have you. We're glad to have you, Steve. Can I call you Steve?
You can call me anything. And anyway, the fun fact about my line of work is that it's not all human mucus.
It's not all human mucus, you say?
No, in fact, it's less than 2% human.
Where does the other 98+% come from?
Have you heard of the illegal rhino poaching industry?
I have not.
So a lot of people like to poach rhinos, right? They stalk them and they kill them illegally because they're endangered. They're almost gone. But those poachers, they often sell the horns for ivory and for fame and fortune. It's trophy hunting.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
One of the things they don't tell you, though, in rhino poaching school, I'm assuming there's a school for it, is that you can actually get a good amount of rhino mucus from that, which makes my squirrel statues immensely valuable.
Steven,
yes?
Are you saying that you get your mucus illegally?
Well, technically, I get it legally. I choose to turn a blind eye to whoever's bringing me. But the point of it is when you mix the majority, the 90, it ends up being about 90. Yes.
Steven, I don't think I can let this go. You're telling me that the mucus you gather is from illegally poached rhinoceroses.
Yes, and they are going extinct. They're very close to extinction.
And you don't
which means
think
my
that
business is not thriving?
Well, you don't think that you're kind of a part of these rhinoceroses?
Oh no, absolutely. I think I'm a part of the mucus synthesis movement.
You see,
Mucus synthesis. I don't know if I can.
oh goodness, excuse me. So there's this big movement now because people are like, oh, the rhinos are endangered. We need to save the environment.
Arguably, I would say I'm in that same camp.
And well, you just sound like the rest of the people that complain and don't take action. So what I'm saying is that these other men that I'm working with, they're coming up with a synthetic rhinoceros thing. It's like a Westworld scenario where they can kind of 3D print them.
You're saying you're working with men who are trying to 3D print rhinoceroses.
Yes.
So that you can synthesize mucus from these rhinos.
Well, if I'm to produce the high quality of squirrel mucus statues that I'm producing, what the is this bit? All right, I think we got one more good bit in us before.
I think we got 2 more good bits.
2 more good bits. Welcome to 2 more good bits. I'm gonna sell you the best bits for your drills.
Oh, thank you for joining us, everybody. I'm Bit, he's Bit. We're selling drill bits.
We're selling drill bits and hammer bits because
hammer bits. A bit of hammers.
One thing that you need when you're going illegal rhino poaching.
You're going illegal rhino poaching, and you need some hammer bits. You need some drill bits. Talk to Bit or Bits. I'm Bit. He's Bits. We're doing things. We're selling.
I have some grim news for you.
Oh no, Bits. What is it?
Oh, I don't even know if I want to say it on the air, but
is it that we're ripping off Rick and Morty?
This is kind of my same character from before.
What's the bad news? What's the bad news, Bits? Give me the bad news, Bits.
Oh, goodness gracious, the hepatitis came back.
Hepatitis? Is it a...
Like,
What?
I really think I just got over the flu, and I think that I'm. Don't you do this to me again. Don't you do this to me again. I can't handle it.
So I saw a monster under my bed this morning.
Yeah, seems about standard. What was his name?
I think it was Travolta.
Oh, you got a Travolta?
Yeah, I think I got a Travolta under my bed. I didn't see him for long. He like disappeared.
Yeah, that's the superpower, man. Yeah, that's really interesting. I thought that Travoltas were exclusive to Australia, but I mean, I could be wrong.
It might not have been a Travolta. It looked like a Travolta. You know, it had the blue skin and the mohawk and the Letterman jacket.
That's absolutely that's a Travolta. Oh my gosh, I can't. What do you feed him? Are you feeding him?
I think he's just eating scraps off the floor. I mean, because I like to eat tri-tip roasts in bed, and whenever I don't finish it, I just kind of toss it on the floor. Because why would I?
Right.
I like to live in a very compost-friendly world. I call it.
Well, and that's exactly how you attract a Travolta.
Well,
sorry, you call it.
I didn't call it a compost-friendly world. It's called pro-posting.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Pro-posting.
So, I did not get as lucky as you did with a Travolta.
You didn't get a Sandler, did you?
No, I didn't get a Sandler. So,
okay.
My monster actually lives in the closet.
Oh, you got a closet monster.
Yeah. So it's a walk-in, so it's big enough.
It's a walk-in? You got a walk-in in your closet?
Oh no, I wish. The closet itself is a walk-in. Sadly, I'm just forget it. Now that you're talking about your Travolta, I don't even know.
Well, no, I wanna hear it. What do you got?
I got a Fieri.
You got
a Fieri, yeah.
You got a Fieri in your closet.
Yeah, and it's almost becoming a nuisance now because every time I go in to get a shirt, it's just Flavor Town, and it sucks because I'm done with it, man, and he doesn't shut every single time.
I mean, yeah, he's probably sitting there talking about how much of a dive or a your closet is.
Diner or drive-in, yeah, it's messed up because really. I know that I forget how the economy came about, where all monsters ended up being named after celebrities.
I think it was about the phase shift of the electronic New Year.
Well, and that electronic New Year, that was one to remember. But
that was one hell of a shift.
The problem with it, though, that I noticed is that everyone else, like, you get the Travolta, right? Spiky, and it's a real monster.
Yeah.
And mine, I get this Fieri. And Wes, if I'm being just gosh dang honest with you,
I would expect nothing less.
I think that I just got Guy Fieri living in my closet. I'm not 100% sure he's a monster.
You think Guy Fieri's just living in your closet?
I'm pretty sure.
What hard times we live in where Food Network hosts must squat in closets.
And he doesn't leave, Wes. He doesn't leave. He gets his hair tip colorist to come into the closet. And
well, let me ask you a serious question though, because I can. You know what? I actually, I don't know if you know this, but when we were in college, I minored in Fieri studies.
Really?
Yeah, I minored in Fieri studies, and
do you know how to get rid of him? Yeah,
well,
go on.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you some questions, and I can assess the situation because, as we know from watching diners, drive-ins, and dives, he exhibits certain characteristics the longer, that indicate the longer he wants to stay at a particular place.
Sure.
Okay, so the first question I gotta ask is actually about your closet.
Okay.
How organized is your closet?
Very organized. I can see how it could be very comfortable for.
Okay, for a guy like that, that's pretty. That's a bad sign, but it's not it's not a Fieri 500 is the terminology.
Okay.
But we'll get into that.
Okay.
Later. So, how many like long sleeve T-shirts are in your closet?
Oh gosh. Maybe 10, 15.
10, 15. Now, are these button up or?
Some of them
not?
are, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what's the long sleeve to short sleeve T ratio?
I definitely have more short sleeves, but the problem that I'm running into is that a lot of my clothes, like now that I'm coming home more,
yeah.
It appears that he acquired a paint kit and he's been painting flames on them.
Oh.
And on a few of them, he's actually written, "This is Flavortown now."
That's not a good sign.
That's not.
Okay. Let me actually get I have a book here.
Okay.
Let me just.
Oh, that's a thick book.
Yeah.
THICCCC.
I studied a lot of Guy Fieri studies, and
Yeah.
it was not a.
Here, hold on. I was just gonna say, especially you didn't major in it. That's.
The major would have taken me 10 years. It's not.
Oh, they require the postdoctorate. That's right. I forgot.
Yeah. Okay, I found it around.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
So
Here
we
we go.
could just jump ahead a couple sections. So in the event that he's painting flames on your shirts.
Okay. Oh, so this is common.
I gotta ask this question because this is pretty much the final assessment to figure out what's gonna happen in your closet.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Here
So,
we go. Let's do it.
Have you ever seen him does he ever turn around in your presence?
He won't. So sort of. He doesn't look me in the eye.
Okay.
But when he just shouts "Flavortown," he'll and he doesn't say it like that. I don't have a good guy impression, you know what I mean? But
okay,
he's got that rasp to his voice.
Yeah, you don't have
but,
a very good guy impression.
But the thing that scares me though is he doesn't always shout Flavortown. About every fifth time, he just turns around and his eyes are just blank. He's like,
"Whoa!" Well, you've seen his show, right?
Yeah, so he could just be waking up, but no. To answer your question, he does not make eye contact with me.
Okay, but does he ever turn his head fully away from you?
Fully away from me?
Yes.
He never looks totally at me.
Okay. When he's been looking away from you,
mm-hmm.
Are his sunglasses on the back of his head?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I think you could probably smoke him out. So here's what we're gonna do.
I'm sorry, I just ruined your audio. Why did I go to smoking him out?
You want to get rid of him, don't you?
I just picture he ends up liking it more. He's I love a good brisket. I don't know what Guy Fieri sounds like.
Clearly.
Oh, jeez. Guy Fieri, if you're listening, we love you.
Because Guy Fieri's listening.
Well, he can hear me from the closet. Hey guys, we are fortunate enough. Excuse, I'm gonna try that again. Hey guys, we are fortunate enough to have a second guest on our show today. Wes had to step out for a second, but I just want to introduce to you guys longtime listener of the show.
Chair.
You okay? You okay there?
Give me a chair.
You need a chair. You need a chair. He needs a chair. Okay, so bring him a chair. While we're getting him a chair, I'm gonna give him just the only introduction that I know, and really he's gonna be just speaking for himself. But it's the one and the only Miles Eichner. Miles,
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Yeah.
Thanks for the chair. It's a very comfortable chair. I like this.
Hey,
I like
no
this
problem,
chair a
Miles.
lot. Thank you for the chair.
Now, Miles, you have a new studio album coming out.
Yeah, I got a new studio album. I got studio albums coming out all the time. I got a new one. It's
Okay.
It's a take on a classic. So I'm actually rehashing the first album that I ever did, except I'm giving it a spin. You know, kicking it up, spinning around.
Sure,
Give it a
sure.
spin.
Okay, so now, like, if you were to describe your musical genre, just to our audience, what would it be? What would that be?
Music genre. All right. So what I wanted to do when I got into music, you know, I came up on the mean streets of Wisconsin, you know, so I had
the
to,
meanest streets there are.
Yeah, I had to fight. You know, if I wanted cheese at the table, I had to fight for it. So I came up with this idea that I could distract my enemies with music.
Sure.
You know, so then I could more easily run away with their cheese.
Yeah.
So I took all of the genres that I liked, you know, the ones that I grew to love, and I kind of mixed them with the ones that everyone else has grown to hate. So I combined a bunch of them, and I took aspects of the most insufferable musicians, you know, Cher, Randy Newman, Yoko Ono.
You took from Yoko. Okay.
Yeah, Bryan Adams.
Okay.
Those guys that sang "Take Me Higher" song. What was those guys? Those
Creed.
The
Creed.
Creeds.
Yeah.
The Creeds. Yeah, the Scott Stapps.
Stap infection.
Yeah, which is funny enough because when I first started performing music, everyone kept saying, "Hey, Stap doing that music," and I said, "Hey,
I
you like
see.
the
Yeah,
song?"
Yeah.
So I would call my genre off-putting.
Okay, now I also have noticed you have this piece of paper here that you just wrote really large letters.
Yeah.
Off-putting.
Off-putting.
But I've noticed that you've spelled pudding as in the dessert pudding, like.
Well, I'm trying to get off it. You see, pudding is it's a hell of a dessert, and when you're trying to
Well, it's also telling you that you're really wiping the slate clean, and here comes a new hot piece of booty, you know, in the form of me and you speaking our deep tones into the microphones, cardioid pickup patterns.
What?
I just realized the way I was saying that it sounded like slam poetry, like.
And then you went into lounge jazz. It's not usually what follows.
Slam poetry is a gateway drug to lounge jazz.
Zach, how do you feel about salutations?
Salute.
Yeah. Said it. All right. Thanks for watching.
I froze.